In this video, I'm going to talk about the customer experience and the successful customer outcome. Hi there, Master Rehnstrom here, Shaper of Business Excellence. And welcome to this series where I'm talking about the business excellence components and the relationship in between them, and why it's so important for you to understand what they are and how to build them and how to excel in those components, because together it will improve your business, it will build your business in a way that you want to have success. Okay, so far we've been talking about the higher level of components. We have deep dived into the product and the market identification as well, but I'm just zooming the way through where we have been. So we've been talking about all these, the business idea, the vision and so on. But we also talked about the stakeholder identification and why it was so important to identify what people are interested in your organization and what processes you need in order to take care of their interest. But we don't really know in detail what their interests are, and how do they look, or do we? Yeah, maybe, because we have taken one of these stakeholders, which is this customer, and we then moved down to the customer or the market identification. So in the previous video I talked about then the market identification and how you can then identify your avatar or avatars, because you will have several of them, and understand how they think, what are they, how do they look, how do they live their lives. And now in this video we will refine that and move over to the customer experience, the needs, the wants, and the successful customer outcome. And here we see the need of having an understanding of what your clients, what the market, what do they really need, what do they want. So if you have then segmented them, say that you find 10 of them, and you've done 10 avatars, because now you identified all those 10. Now you can go in and ask for each and every one of them, what do they want and what do they need? And what is the successful customer outcome? And what is the successful customer outcome? That is what makes them happy in the end. Can you now, in the early stage, before you're actually starting to deliver to them, yeah, I know that you're delivering all the day, but now we're thinking into the future on the much better you. So what would it look like? What would the successful customer outcome look like? What will make the customer say, yes, I've got what I want, I'm so happy. So that you need to identify for each and every one of these avatars. And I would like to just emphasize the difference between the want and the need. And this is Henry Ford, as I assume you recognize. And Henry Ford said once that if I asked people what they wanted, they would have said that they want faster horses. But Henry Ford had another idea. He wanted to give them something that they needed. They didn't need, or they didn't want, actually, they wanted faster horses, but they needed transportation. That's what the customers were looking for. And by looking for the transportation, Henry Ford could give them the car. And the car then solved a lot of issues around horses and the need for faster horses. And just one thing that it solved was the manure crisis that you had, or we had, all over the world, where we have a lot of horses. So I found this article about the manure crisis in London, where people then tried to solve the issue of having manure laying on the street. But with the car, that issue went away. Yeah, we had other issues, I know. We see that with the climate change going on. But manure, no, we don't have manure in the street. So you need then to understand the clients that you have and what they want, and to take an extra turn and think about what they really need. And what do you have in your product portfolio that can give them what they really need in order to be happy? And if they're happy, that could be then the part of the successful outcome. So then you have solved that formula, that mystery as well. What will make them happy? Yeah, we give them what they truly need. And that is what all this is about. So with this, if you like to have this poster, and you can have it for free, just click the link below and it will take you to a page where you can download it, and you can go through it yourself and understand all the different components. You can read more about them and you understand how they relate to each other. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just reach out to me and I will answer them for you as good as I can. With that said, let's go and shape our business for excellence.